everybody, my name is Medical Redhead.
And I'm Mr. Redhead.
This is my awesome husband that I've been telling y'all about, like, pretty much 3 months into us dating is when I made this Medical Redhead account on Girl Med Twitter. As y'all know, following my account, I am still pre-med, I'm post-bac, and so obviously then he's been through everything and is still going through it. So I figured this would be a really fun way to show y'all what it's like to date a pre-med. Mr. Redhead, what has it been like dating a pre-med?
Well, there's some trials and tribulations that come with it. The main thing is...
Trials and tribulations. Ooh, double whammy.
There's going to be a lot of time constraints. So there will be times when your significant other might be at the library till 3 a.m. Or vice versa, they'll set off an alarm at 3 a.m. to then go to the library and study.
I did that this morning for our test and aced it, thanks. It was worth the sleep deprivation.
Another thing is you're just going to have to be there to support them. I guess the biggest thing is, maybe they don't do well on a test and they're going to come home and vent, and you just have to be there to listen to them, and hopefully they're as good listening to you whenever you need to vent, because I know she is.
I know I come home a lot and cry, and you are awesome at comforting me, and so I really appreciate that emotional stability. So I'm sorry that I'm either really happy because of a great grade or really sad because of not so great grades. What is your absolute favorite way to calm me down?
I think definitely just hugging you.
Yeah. Everything can be going wrong in my world, but you hug me, and it's okay, because I have you. You will always be there. I mean, so will medicine, but I mean, you'll always be there when I fail at medicine, right?
The other one is just to give you french fries.
What is the best part about dating a pre-med?
The best part would definitely have to be that you know a lot about the actual medical stuff. And I say that just because I really don't know anything about medical stuff.
Hold on, you say you don't know a lot about medical stuff, but the reason why I actually liked him and decided to go out with him is because he was a lifeguard, and he told me this story on our first date about how he helped somebody that got stabbed at his pool once, and I was like, I could date this guy. This guy knows how to stop the bleed, if you know what I'm saying.
To be fair though, like, all we really did was just put some gauze in.
No. He can apply first aid, and as a little baby pre-med scribe and all that, I was like, woo, all right. What is the worst part about dating a pre-med?
Probably the worst part is the time constraint, because I want to spend more time with you.
Yeah.
But it's good to, cherish like our Thursday night date nights and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, I don't know.
I guess that's a good thing, because this is the worst thing about dating a pre-med, is that you don't know. So I guess I'm doing good, right?
Yeah, you're doing amazing. I think the worst time was when you were scribing and still in your engineering degree, because you were kind of burning the candle at both ends, working overnight as a scribe and then coming back and doing engineering during the day. And I guess it kind of just goes back to that time management thing where, like, I would barely get to see you, and the most I saw you was just to give you your lunch for the day or drive you to school.
He is the only reason I ate for pretty much the 2 years that I was scribing, so I appreciate you for that. The very first time I ever went on a date with you, and not just the first date, like I think we were actually talking about dating because you were about to graduate, and I'm like, I'm not about to get with a guy that's going to graduate, because you were going to graduate 2 years before I was. I just declared pre-med, this is where I need to go. I'm going to have to be selfish during my training because I could end up anywhere. So what was your first thought when I told you that? Because obviously you stuck around.
I guess luckily with my job I can get a job almost anywhere.
Yeah.
I like being able to come home and make food, or I don't know, straighten out the house and stuff like that. Like, that doesn't bother me, as long as you come home and I don't know, cuddle with me and watch some Netflix.
But you were completely okay that I said I would need to follow my career.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't bother me.
Aw, see, lady pre-meds out there, men to anybody, find yourself a partner that will be the supportive, that is like, heck yeah, go for your dream. I am truly so blessed to have found Mr. Redhead, because you've never really questioned my career path.
I think the important part was that you communicated it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you want in a family? What are your political beliefs? Are you gonna let me live my career? I just ask it all on the first date.
the biggest thing about pretty much any relationship, regardless of if it's pre-med or not, is just communication and being able to talk to each other about what's going on in your life and where you see things going in the future.
How do you feel like you have to communicate with me? Especially now that I'm doing the post-bac. Now that I'm doing pre-med like 100% of the time.
The fact that we text or keep up with each other throughout the day is very important. But then whenever we get home, that's when we sort of go into that, hey, how was your day? How was your day? And then do our little vents and then, you know, get ready to just lay down and relax and watch Netflix or something.
I will say one of the things I've been trying to do, and you can correct me if I haven't been doing well at it, is I've been trying to, at a certain time of the night, or like when I get home, no more phone. Unless it's like right before bed, because I've got to check Instagram. But, you know, no more phone. So do you feel like whenever I'm home at this point, do you feel like I'm...
Yeah, I would say for the most part, up until right before we go to bed, yeah, you pretty much don't use your phone. I think that is definitely a key, is reserve the phone time to personal time, but then whenever you're with your significant other, actually be with your significant other.
Mr. Redhead is a program analyst, meaning that he does computer science, and you can tell how much I know about it because I just described it as does computer science. I have no idea what he does, pretty much have no idea what I do. How do you feel like you have to be able to overcome that?
Just by asking questions or being inquisitive about it. So she might tell me that they learned about the blood flow of blood surface area
that's
and stuff.
A thing.
You know, I might be like, well, how do they differ? And so she'll then go on the long talk about it and...
Oh, the long talk.
Well, no, like, I'm not trying to make it sound bad. I'm just... I can see...
He has to talk to me for a long time, apparently.
I see your excitement whenever you talk about it, so I want to hear all about it even though I don't quite understand it.
I try to do my best to remember things. I'm about to butcher it as bad as he just did. You work with Microsoft.
Sort of.
Yeah! You build plugins. He does the JavaScript thing.
And that's about it.
And that's about it! There you go. So sometimes I come home and I'm like, don't talk to me. Don't mess with me. I've got to study for this exam. How does that make you feel?
I'm okay with that just because it means I can then have my own space. Because I know personally for me, I recharge by being alone, playing games or programming. I mean, it's like a freebie.
So I'm suffering or studying, right? And he's playing video games. It all works out because I think it's nice that you got your own thing and I have mine.
If I have to stay late for work, you know,
it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm at the library doing my thing. It was well worth the struggle, and I'm really happy that I had you with me to do it.
I'm happy I had you with me too, baby.
I really wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, and I just really appreciate you, Mr. Redhead.
I appreciate you too, Medical Redhead.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.